Alright guys, before we get into anything for this guide, I just want to say, Dungeons is not cheap. You're going to need money. I would recommend at least 200 mil to start, and after that you're probably going to want about 500 mil for just utility items. Alright, one other thing I wanted to talk about before we get into the guide is the skeleton mesh chestplate and things you should be aware of while you're buying it so you don't mess up the rest of your progression. So the difference between one, you're going to want to make sure it's legendary. This one's really good. If you're looking for one like this one's really good. You're gonna want to have a mod like Skyblocker, and you don't want to look at the item quality, and it should be close to 50 out of 50, and as high of a floor tier as you can get. So basically the difference will be this one starts with 148 health and 158 or 148 defense and 158 health, whereas one that's lower quality like this one, 127 and 156. The difference may not seem like a lot, but when it comes to scaling, it is. Hurricane Bottle, I would get this first. Just buy it. It's going to give you a lot of passive money. You're going to buy it. It'll take a long time to fill up, but once it fills, you can buy one that's empty for 4 mil, and once they're full, I believe. But basically, don't get the Spirit Boots, get Max Source Boots instead, unless you need the Spirit Boots for Museum. That's why I got them. It's just a good museum item, and they work for this as well. You're going to use Maxor Leggings, Mithril Coat, and a Spirit Mask. In F7, you don't need the Mithril Coat, but it's museumable, and it's used in M7. So it's just, and you're going to have 500 speed with this anyways. Just one more time, you guys can skip to a timestamp I'll put in the bottom if you wanted to skip this part. But I'll just go over all of the items you're going to want, every single thing you're going to need. I'll just hover over all of my gear so you guys can see the enchants. You can just basically copy everything I have. I won't hover over the items that you don't need, and if I do, I'll just tell you that you don't need this item. You don't need, I mean, you should have a term, right? You just should. You don't need an Estrella. That's overkill as fuck. You don't need an Abbey phone. You don't need an Infinite Leap. I mean, you should. You, like, kind of need an Infinite Leap. I would just get one. If you can't afford one, do your money-making method until you can afford one. But this is all the items. These items are all just M7 items. You don't need any of these. But like basically this minus the hype, you're gonna need. And then pets, you're gonna need a black cat, plus a phoenix pet. And then if you're struggling to survive, you can use a baby yeti. If you're struggling with damage in the clear, you can use a skeleton pet, or a G-drag if you have one. You can also use a jellyfish pet if you're struggling with damage. You can just use this and then use a dungeon pot before the run. That's what I would recommend. It's just dungeon potting, not with a jellyfish, but just dungeon pot if you're struggling with damage. And yeah, that's all that you need. Okay, right there. I just finished my route in this room. There's nothing left for me to do. I'm just mining to get out of the room. What I should do instead is I should see my healer's doing this room. I don't need to go to this room. This room's already done. I don't need to go to this room. I need to go to this room. The fastest way to get to this room is to leap to my brewers and then run there. And then I can puzzle this room. I could also eternally leap to my mage and then go to puzzle rails. Either one works. Just you shouldn't be running through all of these rooms that are already done or being done by your other teammates just to get to this room when you could leap him and go there quicker. So I'm just going to skip through this even more. Another thing in this run when I was doing Blaze, I actually failed it, and one of my mods, Devonian, is when you fail the puzzle, it'll automatically get a draft for you out of your sack. You need this. This is really, really useful. You're going to save so much time doing this. Also, just don't fail the puzzle. But, yeah. Also, another thing, as you saw, it just hit 300 score there. This room is already done. Even though I haven't collected this chest, you don't need to collect this chest. You really don't. What you need to do in Blaze is you don't need to collect the chest, and in Tic-Tac-Toe you don't need to collect. Also in Creeper Beams you don't need to collect the chest. Those 3 rooms you don't need to collect the chest. All the other puzzles you need to get the chest, but Creeper Beams, Tic-Tac-Toe, and Blaze you don't need. So basically during the clear, it's going to be a little bit different than all the other classes. If you're in a good party, if you're in a bad party, it's going to be the exact same as Berserker or Tank. But in a good party, I don't do it in this run. I wasn't able to get into a good party today, but you're just gonna stand at the blood door or the wither key door. So you're just gonna like stand at this door and just spam right click. And then after this door opens, you're just gonna run to the next door. So you'd run up here, stand here, and spam right click on the door. And then again, after this open, you come here, stand here, and spam right click at the door. Yeah, really pretty easy. And then after that's done, you're not going to want to puzzle like Mossy, because your mage should be puzzling Mossy, or at least like partially puzzling it. If you want to like learn more about that, look at the mage guide I'm going to make. But you're going to go to like say this split or this split, whichever one your archer didn't do, you would go to this one. And if there isn't a split here, you're just going to go like, you would go to catwalk and puzzle catwalk, and then go to banners and puzzle banners, and then go to this room and clear this room and puzzle it. So you wouldn't do the room just right outside the mage, and you would go to your own split or back clear, whichever is like, it's just game sense. Just pick one. Then after you're clear, you're gonna do PD. Mine down through here. I forgot to like. I need to be more direct. Mine down right here. You're gonna turn, look towards red pad, and then mine through the wall under red. Bonzo off of this wall, so you land on top of the flames here. Mine through this side of the wall. You can also go one block to the left of this. It's just more consistent to do it here. And you can Bonzo off of this here and jump, and that'll like boost you while you're holding left, and that'll boost you to like right here. Just a movement you can do. You're gonna run through here, mine through here, soul send off the bottom here to get up to levers. You're gonna flick all of these levers. You're gonna flick the middle. This one. Well, you should ideally start here, 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 here. And after you're done with that, you're gonna jump across, and yeah, you're gonna jump across. Bonzo off of this right here. You're not bonzoing right here. You're bonzoing right here. Ideally, like right about there. If you can see, like I'll right click, it'll go right there, and that'll just launch me across. That's just to practice your lever movement. There is a faster way to do it. If you want to do the faster way, you're basically I forget how to do it. Hold on, I'll give you 1 second. A little bit inconsistent, which is why I wouldn't recommend doing it. But like, if you just want to be super fast, maybe you can get it to be consistent. I don't know. I just can't figure it out myself. Like that. You'll land there and go through there. Bonzo there. Go here, and then you'll do levers. I'll show you guys how to do levers. Also, wither cloak, if you ever get like really low, just wither cloak sword in the PD. Activate your wither cloak, and that'll make it easy. You're gonna click all of these, and then you're gonna leave this one before being. You're gonna leave it one off of being completed. If this one isn't here, some of them like they'll start here and then they'll go up around and then down like that. You're just gonna leave this one right here unflicked. Basically, you just want to get it as bottom left as you can, so that, like if you're standing right here, you can click it. Then you're gonna leap to your archer after you're done with your pre-dev. And you're gonna do Simon Says, just this device right here. You can clean up your inventory. You have a lot of time. Just make sure to activate your Wither Cloak on the lightning. Otherwise, you're just going to pop a mask. It's not that big of a deal, but it's always better to just not pop a mask if you don't have to. Alright, you're going to look at this button right when the terminals are about to start. As soon as you see it change to being inactive of device, you're going to click 3 times at 8 CPS. I don't do it here. I click twice at 8 CPS. It just takes practice. I think I actually have a clean one in this run, so I'm gonna go back to this one. So yeah, I'm looking. Just look straight, until just look straight, like right here, until it actually like is like 2 seconds before starting. That's just so your teammates can leap to you, and then they don't have to like do a weird look with their head, and they can do one that's consistent. You're gonna click 3 times. It's gonna show once, and then it's gonna show twice, and then 3 times. You're gonna click the second one and the third one. Make sure you're doing this like pre-movement with your head, where you're like looking to where each button is gonna be, so you can practice it. It'll just make you a little bit faster at doing it. See, that was a 13-second SS, I think, right? Or is it a little bit longer? Yeah, I think it was about a 13-second SS. Yeah. Most players are going to want you to have a sub 15 at bare minimum. Then you're gonna, after you're done with SS, you're gonna leap to your archer. Bonds off of that, as we just said before. Hit that lever. And then actually I mess up this movement here, so it's not, that's not gonna be right. You're gonna leap to your archer. You're gonna do this. You're gonna flick this lever. And then there's two ways to do it. God damn it. You can either just jump off, super move the gate, line through here, and then go right here. Or, ugh, I hate this pre-leap spot, bro. It's so shit. Not pre-leap, just leap. Or you can, after you're done flickering your lever, you can bonzo off of this to here, line through here, bonzo off the ground here, you'll land like here, and then you'll go right here. And you'll look at this and you'll spam here, and you'll instantly hit this terminal. The only difference between those two is when you do this early enter. When you do the early enter here, you're gonna go to that term, right? So you're just gonna come up here, you do that term. Versus when you're over here, you do this term. The difference is minimal, but there definitely is a difference. This movement is better, but it's just a little bit harder. It's definitely really possible. Like, it's no harder than any other tech that any other class has to do. So I wouldn't complain about it too much, and I'd just learn it that way. I just haven't yet because I don't play healer a lot. But if you're planning on playing healer a lot, learn the early enter where you go and end up right there. Don't learn the other one. Learn this one. I'll make another guide later if that changes, but that should be the case. All right, back to this run. We do our EE to EE3. You're gonna fishing rod to swap to your Phoenix. You're gonna ideally pop the mask in this order. You're gonna pop your Spirit Mask first, then your Phoenix, and then your Bonzo. You can do this term, and then you're gonna go do device. Same with if you do the other one. If you're doing the other early enter, you do your term, and then you go to device. Then you're gonna leap to your mage. If you finish your terminals early, leap to mage early, and then go to your terminal early. You're gonna hit your term, hit that lever, and then hit that lever, and then bonzo across, and then hit that lever. Then you're gonna leap to your mage, and you're just gonna stand right here until you see the core entrance is opening. Once you see the core entrance is opening, count like 2 seconds, and then mine down. Mine out this 3x3 here, and then you can just go AFK because your job is over. You're done. I'm gonna go through and see if there's any other helpful tips. One other helpful tip is to use a arrow that is not flint arrow. Use like a glue arrow or icy arrow or bouncy arrow, preferably bouncy arrow. But if you don't have it unlocked, there are some other arrows that are good. Just look at the stats of the arrow and just decide which one works best for you. Don't use explosive arrows though. They'll just kill you. You'll die. That's the only arrow you're barred from using. I think that's about it. That's everything I wanted to go over. I'll leave everything in the description, including this server. The server is super helpful for practicing your movement. You don't have to go and install out Storm every time you want to practice your movement. You can just come to this server. All right, so basically there's 2 mods you're gonna want. You're gonna want Odin and you're gonna want Devonian. Odin. I would turn on all the settings that I have turned on here. I'm just gonna go through them. Pause whenever you want to see what settings I have turned on, and just copy them. Oop. I'll just go through every single menu so you guys can see. Okay, that's those settings. Now for Devonian, I'll show you guys how to install the mods too. Don't worry about it. Not how to install them, just where to find them. You can go to a different video to find out how to install mods. You should be using either Prism Launcher or Modrinth. Dungeons, this is all you care about in Devonian. If you're doing Diana, you care about Diana, but I'll scroll through all of these. This one you're gonna want to have on, by the way. I don't know what's doing my purple pad timer, but you're gonna want to have purple pad timer on, just so you can see when to step on the purple pad. I don't know what's doing it right now, but it should be that. You're not gonna worry about M7 because you're not doing M7, and my M7 settings on Devonian are on anyways, so this doesn't matter. All right, that's all the mods you're gonna need. Actually, Sky Blocker has one. You're gonna do basically see all my items have starred that so that when I drop them to use my class ability, because your class ability is drop, I'm pressing Q right now. I promise you. Actually, you can see it on the thing. And it's not dropping. That's because I have done Sky Blocker protect item on this item, and so now it's off. And so now when I drop it, it'll actually drop. So you're just gonna want to do Sky Blocker protect item on all of your items. It's gonna be a bit of a chore, but you won't drop your fucking 500 mil term. Is basically what's gonna happen. And then yeah, that's it. Pretty much, I think. You don't need any other mods other than those three. That's about it. For the splits timer, I also use Skyblocker. I think, but you can just use the Devonian splits timer. So I'll basically show you. I don't know. You saw it. It's like right here on my screen when I go to a run. It's right here. It shows the splits. It's very nice. Right. Basically for routes, you're just gonna come here. You're gonna do this. You're gonna download this file. After you've done that, you're gonna go to that final. You're gonna highlight all this stuff, and then you're gonna go. I'll just show you. Actually, you're gonna go to this file. It's gonna be this one right here. You're gonna highlight all this stuff. I think there's a way to just copy it. Maybe not. I don't know. If you know the shortcut, do the shortcut. Just highlight it all. Copy it. Do here. Do /DWP import, and then click enter, and then it'll import your clipboard, which is what you had copied here, into your thing, and you'll be set to go. That's it. That's all you're gonna do to have the waypoints and stop being a chud, not using routes, man. Start using routes. Just start using routes. It's really not that hard, man. That should just about end the video off. If you guys have any questions or you think I missed anything, please feel free to leave it down in the comments. Also, let me know which guide you guys would like to see next. I'm going to be doing a guide for all the classes. Just let me know which one you want to see first, and then that one will come out first. That's about it. Thanks to you guys for watching.